$100,000. She just could not get used to the idea of not seeing all those digits on that bank account. And so they left with $100,000 worth of gold, and they went next door to Chase Bank, got a cashier's check. And so I thought I had a $400,000 sale, turned out, and I haven't heard from them since, and gold's gone up about $60 since then. So, but that's just one example. It's important that you both be on the same page, because they're still sitting with another $300,000 in their Schwab money market, and you can see what's happening.
Yeah. For years now, I've said savers are losers. I said your house is not an asset. Debtors are winners. And I love gold, silver, and oil, hard commodities. But even my real estate is a business. It's a roof over your head. I'm not trying to flip my house or fix up a house and hope the price goes up. Because as I just said, in February, home sales went down by 9.6%. So the flippers are getting screwed. Flipper is like a call option.
Right.
They're betting the price is going to go up. And those are the guys that will get hammered and hammered and hammered because they're traders, are not investors, not traders.
Right.
They're trying to buy low, sell high when the market's coming down. That's crazy.
Yep, you'll be out when you should be in. And
yeah. I can't guarantee anything, but I can almost guarantee you this, that I don't trust our political leaders. I don't think they can fix this problem. I mean, the new debt cap is what's going to be 17 trillion or 14 trillion or something.
Well, it's over 14.3 now, but we just got a 2-week extension.
Yeah. And they can't
nobody
fix
has the
the
courage
problem.
to really stop it.
I don't think the U.S. can fix the problem. China's going to come down next. I mean, that's been forecast for a while. Ireland's in big trouble yet. Europe's in big trouble. England's in big trouble.
See, that's the difference between now and 1979 and 80, or the Y2K situation, because now the entire world is infected with this hyperinflation virus.
Right.
And spending more money to get out of it is not the answer. I mean, at some point, we have to just face the music. And what I think will probably happen, and I hear rumblings about it now, particularly from Europe, a new international currency with a gold backing. Now, if this comes to pass in a year or two or whenever, obviously the best thing to have in that case would be the gold. And you might have to, we might have to turn it in for some kind of new currency. I don't think that's going to happen right now with our government, because they would not be able to withstand the discipline necessary to not spend more money than you actually have in reserves. That's why I don't think confiscation is a possibility.
And there's one more thing, adding to the doom and gloom, and why I'm very pessimistic about the U.S. I'm optimistic about myself personally, because I like debt and providing housing. I like oil, they'll always keep buying it, and I like gold and silver, and I like my business. I'm in good shape, But I'm very concerned, and Jerry's concerned about our friends and families out there who are still trusting in a dollar saved is a dollar earned. No, a dollar saved is stupid. You're going to lose it. So that's really what I'm concerned about right now. The biggest thing I think that's going to hit us is in 2011, the first baby boomers started to retire. They hit 65, and they can now collect Social Security and Medicare. And Medicare is approximately a $60 trillion deficit. Social Security is only a $15 trillion deficit. It's not possible, sports fans. It's not possible. I was talking to my friend yesterday. He has cancer, and he's just hoping to get old enough so he can collect Medicare. I'm going, holy shit. That's his plan. I'm going to get Medicare. If I don't die before that, I'll get Medicare. I'm going, that's how dire it is. And I hate to be pessimistic. I mean, I'm optimistic. I'm happy about my future. Like tomorrow I go out to buy another apartment house and bought more gold from Jerry and all this. I'm quite happy. But there are still so many people who still trust the U.S. dollar. And this is the U.S. dollar right now.
Old habits are hard to break. Old beliefs are hard to break. It's almost like telling somebody that the religion that they've grown up with all those years is wrong.
Yeah.
Try to change somebody's religion sometime. If you want to try it, it's not a very pleasant thing to do, and it's usually a losing proposition. My dad always told me, never talk politics and religion with people. You'll lose friends.
Yeah.
And he's right. But it's almost what this is.
Yeah.
It becomes people that are so imbued with the safety of the government and the dollar that they don't want to hear anything negative about it. I have a sister who's the same way. She says, I know bad things are happening. I don't want to hear about it. What can you do? Well, you can't do anything with somebody like that, but there are a lot of people who are willing to listen to reason and look at the facts. We can tell them where to go. Shadow Stats would be a good place to start. My website has a lot of basic information. You've been giving this information out for years to all your people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, please go to apmaz.com. And, you know, Jerry's in this market every day. He's been there for 30-something years.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people out there who are the Johnny-come-latelys.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Do your own research, because there's no regulation or regulator who's going to tell you this company is good and this is not good, and this, you know, do your own research, find out for yourself.
And what happens, you know, like it's like a lot of people became real estate investors during the real estate boom.
Oh, yes.
Now there's a lot of guys in the gold business, you know, Johnny-come-latelys. And Jerry's been in it for 30-something years now. I've been in it for 30-something years.
Well, my definition of an expert has always been somebody you meet on a plane or somebody from out of town. Usually the experts know just a little bit more than you do. And so that, and they've got a, you know, something behind them, a plaque.
So I want to say one last thing about gold versus silver is, if you don't know anything about gold and silver, you know, buy U.S. Eagles or buy Maple Leafs or buy Krugerrands. Don't buy precious coins, because that's a whole nother market.
Yeah,
right?
Rare coins are being abused right now in the system by people who are promoting them for investments in your IRAs, which is questionable, the legality of it. But they have the highest profit margin, which is why they're being promoted by telemarketers and other people that you see out there. So you need to be very cautious. If you're a coin collector, they're great. If you're an average investor, you don't know what you're doing for the first time, don't be talked into buying some rare coin or some shipwreck thing or whatever it is. And stay with low-cost bullion, low-premium items. That's our advice.
It's called numismatic. Actually, I have a 1915 gold this, you know, and Queen Isabella had it. So it's worth 5 times more than the spot price, which is $1,400. It's now $6,000. Well, you don't know if that's true or not. So the reason that gold and silver are excellent buys, as long as you buy like U.S. or Canadians or South African or Australian.
Right.
The reason they're good is that they're exchangeable. They're called liquidity. They can move very fast. There's no question on the price.
That's the other thing. You need to know who you're going to sell them back to and what you're going to get.
Right. If gold today is $1,500 U.S., it's $1,500 all over the world.
That's right.
That's it. Tomorrow it might be $1,600. It's $1,600 all over the world. So that's the beauty of gold and silver. There's an international market for it. You know, the guys who play against gold and silver are called FX, foreign exchange traders. And, you know, they're betting the Aussie is going to be stronger than the U.S. and all that. Well, that's a whole other science. Those guys make a lot of money at that. But if you're not good at that, gold and silver are a lot safer for you. Right? So anything in final you want to say? Because, you know, I'll just say this. I think I've planned all my life to be in this position.
Well, I certainly have.
Yeah, and you know, Jerry and I used to commiserate when the stock market was going through the roof, and you know, real estate was going through the roof, and gold and silver were going down. But we kept buying it, and today we look like geniuses. But for a while, we were the dark horses,
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
Way out there. But the reason I stayed buying gold and silver is, number one, I don't trust my government. I don't trust my politicians. I don't trust our leaders. I believe they've sold out to the multinational corporations, and they've sold out to the bankers of the world. And they're going to screw the whole economic system to attempt to make the rich richer. And right now, as Jerry said, all this printing of money is going into the stock market, but in a few days, some people will bend over and grab the soap. You know, I mean, they're going to get screwed. This market's going to screw them one more time. The PEs are out of line. I mean, the stocks are too expensive. Right?
They're not cheap, that's for sure, and they don't pay you any dividends.
No.
You know, even the Wall Street Journal has recently run an article about the pros and cons of gold, and the anti-gold people always say the same thing, and I've been listening to this for years. The worst excuse I've heard somebody say is, well, you can't eat it. Well, I don't even want to address that, but they say there's no income, it's difficult to handle, it's expensive to insure and store, and it's difficult to sell and all that. None of that is true. I mean, I've been doing it every day for years. People come in and sell me things, and they walk out with things that they bought. We ship things all over the country. None of that is true. But even the anti-gold guy said, well, maybe you might ought to have 5% just in case. So this is in the Wall Street Journal. Even the anti-gold people can't really come up with a good argument against gold.
No, I mean, even Jim Cramer